And I'm live! Good evening, morning, or whatever when you're watching this. Last stream of the year, so time to finish up this lovely lady that I've been working on. Well, I just worked on her last stream, and I worked on her, oh god, like last February is when I started her. She's one of the few things I have like in a position where I've like half done with her. So I was like, alright, so I might as well finish her for the end of the year stream. Makes sense. So I got quite a bit of her done. I'm working on her hair, and I gotta work on that thing in her hair. And I think I gotta add some highlights to the wood part of the trident, but otherwise she's coming out pretty good. Speaking of which, I'm going to start with the wood of the trident. I'm going to use a little Reaper Driftwood Brown to highlight my, what was it? Wood stain brown. I actually should have that memorized. I use that a lot. And what brush do I want to use? I use my Army Painter one. Alright. And I'm just gonna wet brush it. Oops, a little heavy. Didn't quite wick enough off of it. I may go over this, and I may actually go over it with a wash just to tint it a little more. I mean, I'm not hating this color, but you might want it a little warmer. Once again, I think I'm going to drag my camera down a little bit because I think it's too high up from where I'm comfortable. All right, that's better. All right. I'm not, let's see, I think I'm going to go with Recklin Flesh to make it a little more, which is a wash, to add a little bit more of a reddish tone to it. There, that's what I like. It's definitely shading in the direction I wanted it to go. Sometimes I use shades as a tint just to shift the color ever so slightly in a different direction. that takes care of that. Put that away before I knock the bottle over. Because, you know, everybody knocks GW washes over. Alright. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the headband she's got. I think I'm going to... Cookie stick. Ooh, I need to shake up the paint more. I always try it first to see if I have to put the effort into actually shaking up the paint. Alright, there we go. Then I'll take this brush, my zero. The gel tip brought me back. And let's get all the way around. I really like this color. Which is it. It's called Hellborn Red. Paints I use on this and mostly on the miniatures I paint in here are Reaper paints. There we go. Okay, now to her hair. I think I did her hair Ebony Flesh. I painted her hair flesh, but it's a really good dark brown, super dark brown, almost black. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to touch up some spots. I really quickly painted this base coat. as I was finishing up last stream. So the fact that they're missing spots really isn't shocking. There. I'd have to go over the red again. I I needed a spot in the middle of this thing. And like I said, I gotta flip it upside down, see what I might have missed underneath. I did miss a spot, right? See if I can get in there. All right. Good evening. I see there's some people who joined us. Hello, hello. Us meeting me and my friend, the gladiator chick here. Oh, I still missed a spot. All right. Touch that up. There's one little spot I see that still needs right in there. I see a little bit of white. We don't want any white in her hair unless I paint it in there. And likely I will. Yeah. Oh, I don't have my, shoot, I don't have my thing close at hand. I don't have my Optivisor close at hand. So try putting a little bit of an I want this brush to be really, really. I want to try giving her some eyebrows. I hate doing eyebrows. I normally don't do them. But you know what? One of the things that I resolved to do is I want to make my faces better. I've already started on working on that. Can't even see it. Unfortunately, I don't have my really good. My Optivisors are not within reach. I think they're hanging on my. They're somewhere. Oh, they're hanging on my closet door. That's where they are. She also doesn't have a lot of room here. No, now she's got some eyebrows. Fairly bushy eyebrows. At least she's got some. Okay. I'm going to take some lighter brown. I'm going to use saddle brown. Now this is really dark hair, so most of the highlights are going to be, well, where the highlights are going to be. Most of the hair is going to remain dark brown. Something on this brush. And I'm going to highlight all this hair. Try to leave a lot of the understuff black. There's a lot of stuff that is kind of exposed to the light, though. Does kind of have some brown undertones in it. Or overtones? I don't know what you call that. There's brown tones to it. It is a dark brown. So we can add a little bit into her eyebrows. Okay. Actually, I'm happy with the way this is coming out. Okay, that's good. So now I think she needs some shine. And that hair is shiny. So where it's dark here, it's going to remain mostly dark, but I want to put some white highlights in there. Because it is shiny. And with miniatures, you got to kind of bump everything up to the max. Come on. Promise with little brushes. The paint does dry on pretty fast. And you kind of need a light hand. Now that may be a little too stark. So I'm going to take some of my previous color. I'm going to try to do a little blending. I'm just going back and forth now between my colors. Jeez, Rita, you're loud. Something's really funny on the TV. Oh, who is that? Hey! It's Cutie Patootie. Oh my goodness. How are you doing tonight? And Happy New Year! I'm just sitting here minding my own business, doing a little work. Well, basically, I'm doing something that I started back in February and haven't had any time to finish her. How are you guys tonight? Oh, you're doing some... What are you painting? And I don't suppose you have pics of it, do you? If anybody out there has pictures, anything they'd like to share with everyone, I am link friendly, so I like to see what other people do.
Moist.
What I do. Who is... Oh, he found the moist! This is the moistest channel. I know it's a terrible word, but I love it. I have adopted it as my own. You're still painting irrelevant. Why are they irrelevant? Irrelevant to any games you're in? That's fine. I am painting, so this lovely lady, this gladiator lady, she's from Dragonbait minis. I believe they're fairly, well, I actually showed on screen. I'm having issues figuring out where my camera is pointed. Don't mind me. So, this lovely lady, she is from Dragonbait minis. God, I cannot do this. I used to have a mark on this thing, but I had to put a thing down because my desk the camera glares right off of it. But anyway, she's from Dragonbait minis. She was done as a special convention mini for Total Confusion. Well, good. I hope you will be as good as me. In fact, who knows? They're probably pretty good now. One thing is, make sure you paint what you love, though, because if you got that like one mini that you could end up waiting forever because you'll just keep saying, I'm never good enough to do it. You know what? You're as good as you're going to be at that point. And I'm hoping I never ever find my best. I really don't ever find my high, because then it'd be boring. I want to keep getting better and better and better my whole life, the whole rest of my life. What there is of it now that I'm in the second half. So right now, I'm doing her hair. And I'm trying to put, hair is actually shiny. So you want to kind of highlight it with some white. So that's the way you show true sheen, is by white. That's right. And eventually, so the thing of it is, I paint what you love, truth be told, I think if you paint something you really enjoy painting, even if you're not the best you're ever going to be, you will do it justice. Because how do I want to say this? You could wait forever to paint that mini. Your enthusiasm for it will wane over time. Wait, what's Make right here? I get to meet him, by the way. Make right is from my neck of the woods, actually, and he came to my last painting day, and it was really lovely. Although he actually built terrain, and I'm like, I don't care, as long as you do something crafty, I'm good. It doesn't have to be painting. She's got a lot of curls. Well, I'm in Massachusetts, and most of it, like me, gel tip, what's Ashburn Punk, Big Jim Slade Gaming, Rathmore, we're all from Massachusetts. However, there's so many that frequent Cyanus, he's from Maine. You could also move to southern New Hampshire. It's a great, I'll tell you what, you want gaming stuff, Massachusetts is a great place. Mass and New Hampshire are great places to come if you're a gamer. There's a lot of, I have a lot of games a week because of that. There's so many gamers in this, in this area. And there's a lot of painters. I was really excited to find out there were so many other streamers from Massachusetts. The only thing is, well, I don't know, where are you? I know you're from. Oh, shoot, no, actually, I don't remember. Where are you from, Cutie Patootie? I know it's somewhere out in the west. Yeah, of the U.S. But Utah. Yeah, okay, that's right. It was somewhere out, well, way west of me. I don't know what your housing is like there, how expensive it is to live there. Massachusetts is not cheap. New Hampshire is better. And the funny thing is, I might as well be living in New Hampshire because I live about a mile away from the border. I'm really about as far north as you can go in Massachusetts. And not in New Hampshire. Southern Cal, by the way. Southern Cal, I know, is more expensive than Massachusetts. But it's not cheap to live here. But as a result, I also think the incomes are probably a little higher here, too. I say, yay. Yeah, Southern Cal, San Francisco, is expensive. In fact, it was so expensive. How expensive was it? So my uncle years ago was looking for another college job. And he was actually my uncle is a Alzheimer's researcher, or was. He's retired now. As far as I know, he doesn't do it anymore. Although I think he and my aunt, I think they still, pay attention to this stuff. But he was looking for a job. He worked for the University of South Florida in Tampa. And he was looking around for another job, and he found one out somewhere in California, and they wouldn't pay him enough to move there because it was going to cost him so much more to buy a house there than it would be to sell his place in Florida. So he ended up staying in Florida for a number of years, and then it's kind of funny. So basically, when they retired, they moved to where his stepdaughter lived in California. He ended up going there anyways. And then, haha, jokes on them, she moved off to Colorado. So much for that plan. No, I didn't want to cover that much. As I said, the nice thing about mini painting is, this is why I don't, I'm not a perfect painter. I'm not one of the best. But I do well enough. To make people happy and want to pay me, throw me money to paint their minis. But the one thing I find is I don't mind making mistakes because I want everyone to realize just how easy it is to fix mistakes if you make them. She has a lot of hair that's like flipping up, I noticed. A lot of hair that flips up, jeez. So there's a lot of light that's glinting on. I suppose I could pick a side to have it come off of rather than straight down. But don't we all, most of us all work from straight overhead lighting? I'm going to try something. I also believe in experimentation. So, alright, so it's the last stream of the year. In that, I wait till next year. Should I do resolutions this year, the end of this year, or should I do the beginning of next year? Because I think we should play painting resolutions. What do you resolve to do? Or I could do it both. I don't get the same people on my streams. Do you have any painting resolutions for next year? Because I think my main... First of all, I resolved to try to stay better on camera than I do. But I think my main resolution is I want to start a hobby streak where I do a little painting every day. It could be anything from... I started trying to do a 365, but that just... It got to be too much. I also... Let's see. So I want to do a hobby streak next year. I want to really work on faces. I want to take it to the next level. Right now, I've just sort of watered down some of my base coat. Because I sort of want to blend this in just a little bit on these. A little stark. The base coat for this hair was Reaper's Ebony Flesh. Which I think is a really, really lovely dark, almost black brown. I thought that would be very good for my gladiator. What else do I resolve to do? As I said, I want to do better faces. That's a... So don't be afraid to use your fingers. I think I'm going to go back and add a little bit of white back in. I'm going a little bit of back and forth here. One of these days, cutie patootie, if you are still lurking about, I do hope you show up. Oh, yeah, you are. Oh, see, I'll let you be edgy. How rude of Twitch to not let you be edgy. Oh, Lord. What was I going to say? I'm hoping someday you'll show up with some pictures you put on social media because I want to see what you're up to. I really do. I'm just kind of playing here. I'm a big proponent of experimenting too. Try things. See what works for you. Yikes, that was a little much. What? Everybody's got a Discord channel. I'm going to have a Discord channel, believe it or not. I'm actually setting one up. I got to go off my lazy butt and finish it. But I actually am setting one up because, you know, everyone's got one, so why don't I have one too? Because, well, there are reasons for it. I'll make sure I kick you an invite if you want. Because we don't have enough Discords in the world. Alright, I should stop playing with this. Because this is really away from me. It's a tabletop mini. I can't figure this camera up. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm going to stop playing with the hair. I think it looks okay. It's got the right effect. I guess I gotta stop fooling around and do this net. What am I gonna do with the net? I think I'm gonna pull polished bone. Thank you for the subscription. I do want to let you know something. If you do subscribe for 12 months, I will paint you a mini. Either one you send to me, or one from my, or one you, well, if I have to buy anything extra. Basically, you get my painting services on a mini. That's it. So either it'd be one you send me or one that I paint, that I pick from my closet of shame. And I have a lot of minis. However, I will take your input on what type of mini you'd like too. Maybe I'll buy one anyways, if I don't find anything in there. But I have probably about 2,000 unpainted minis in there. That's what happens when you subscribe to Reaper Kickstarter. The mini size will be like something like this. It'll be a 28mm hero. You know, sorry, you cannot have my pirate ship that I bought for Reaper. I have the pirate ship. Like, who didn't? I don't know, did you? How you doing, Cyrus? There's my friend from Maine. Or the Tarrasque. No, you can't have the Tarrasque. My husband would kill me. Oh, did I? I don't remember if I told you, Cyrus. Somebody came up and literally said, if you paint it, I'll buy the whole thing off of you. And I'm like, my husband will murder me if I freaking do that. I go, you can contact Sarah. I think I told him where you were. Oh, cool. I think I told them where you were, so that, you know, who you were. So if they wanted to have you print one up, and they would pay you for it, obviously, and then have you send it to me, or get it to me, because sending it probably be expensive. Then yes, I would do it, but it'd have to be another one. So, but this is, I painted her hair, and I did some, what did I do? So this is what you missed. So basically, yeah, I finished off her hair, so I did all sorts of highlights and such. I did some highlights on the staff, and I painted the headband, which I probably need to add some highlights to. Oh, that's right, that's right, I could do that first. Yeah, if they have the money, you have the exactly. Well, that's sort of how I view this. If you have the money, I will find a way to make the time to paint your minis for you. Or you sub to me for a year. Then I said I'll paint something. I was like, you know what? So everybody knows how Twitch works. Twitch takes half of what you guys pay when you sub, and I get the other half. I think if you're a partner, so get like 75 more people, I think you get a bigger cut. But if you take my painting rate is $30 a mini. So if you take a year's worth of subs and divide it by 2, it comes out to what I would charge for a mini. So you might as well get something for your money, and that's really why I'm doing it. It's not to try to incentivize people to pay for my stream. I mean, I'm here anyways. I don't care. But I do want to thank you if you do pay. I want you to get something for your money, and that's it. But I'm happy having the chat, to be honest. But if you really like my work, of course you could just pay me $30 and I'll paint you something. But then I'll have to work it into the queue. And right now my painting queue is kind of long. I may even take those minis that I paint for people and I will probably stream the painting. So I will prioritize your mini. Then once again, I'll be back to where I was. Never painting my own stuff because I'm always painting stuff for other people. Alright, I gotta put some highlights on this headband. You gotta run! Oh, I'm really glad. Well, I hope, I'm really glad you dropped by. And please come back and hang out. Just hang out. And, so I also have, you found the little batch. I got a beer mug because the theme of this is a tavern. It's the Painted Hero Tavern. And there are emotes. There is a moist emote, by the way. So I'm a graphic designer, so I made my own stuff. But have a lovely night. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year. So, Sayarna, should I do painting resolutions tonight? I was starting to. Do you have any printing resolutions? 3D printing or painting resolutions for next year? It is time to think about resolutions after all. You do? Well, spelled to print a 4884 big boy looker. Ooh. Ooh. Now, will you actually find a way to put works into it so it'll actually run? And what size? How big are you going to make it? Are you going to make it a certain gauge? Like train gauge. The model is 6 feet. So it'd be like the size of the pirate ship. The Reaper pirate ship. Somehow that got a little light anyways. Being PLA, the Steam Effect video. I see. Yeah, that'd be bad. After you did all that work to print it. That's going to be quite a time if it's 6 feet long. 6 feet long. That's taller than me. Oh my God, that's huge. Do you have any clue how long that would take to print? I would assume a really, really long time. You know what? I'm going to go with the lighter color here. Also, I print Thanos' sword from Endgame. It'd be 8x4. Holy crap, that's a big mini. I don't know if that's... I don't think that's a mini, is it? That's actually real size. So it wouldn't be a mini. As far as big boy, probably a week since... Oh, it's last month. Okay, that makes sense. I keep playing with the hair, even though I said I should stop. Okay. Oh my god, that would be... Can you imagine? That'd be really cool to have that hanging on your wall. Oh my god, you know, you also need to get the plans then for Thor's hammer, too. Alright, so now I can go on. Alright, so I got her hair done. I got our thingy, the cloth in her hair done. I think the next thing I'm going to do is the net. And I think I'm going to base coat it this polished bone color, and then I'm going to... There's one of two ways. Either I can... Oh, you... Wait. You already made them? Did you actually already print those and have those hanging on your wall? So I said there's two ways to go about doing this net. Is either I can paint it, I can base coat it all like a dark color for the holes, and then paint over with something light. Or I can base coat the whole thing light and then maybe work something in. I'm thinking I'm going to base coat a light and I'm going to heavy wash it and then maybe go over it again. That's my plan. Ooh, if you do, yeah, share it. I would love to see it. This is like the reasons why I'd like to get into 3D printing. There is so many really awesome things you can paint or print. I see. Let's see. Oh, that was pretzel rocks. Pretzel rocks. I saw the chat advance in the corner of my eyes, so I was looking up to see if you found it. God damn it. I resolved to try to do better at trying to stay on camera. Maybe I should actually do kind of have stuff painted on this. Maybe I need to paint a big line on this and figure out where the center of my camera is. I mean, I'm hardly alone. Everybody seems to... most people seem to have trouble doing this. I also may need to scooch my camera over to a bit so that it's more towards me, so I can have a better spot to balance my hand. Sometimes I do have to kind of knock it up so I can actually see what I'm doing here too. My vision is not so great anymore. I used to have really good vision. Then I noticed midway through my 40s, the first thing that told me that I didn't have such great vision, I will get to that in a sec, Cyrus, because I'm dying to see this. The first thing that told me my vision was disappearing, believe it or not, was the fact I couldn't see the eyes on minis anymore. And a lot of you say is, well, you can't really see them anyways. Well, I could. Then I started using optivisors, and you know what? I realized I probably used them the whole time because I could see the eyes even better with my optivisors. See, I thought that was going to happen. So Sandra says my vision went to crap right after I turned 40. I thought that was going to happen to me. I literally thought I was going to be reaching for my phone on my 40th birthday and calling an optometrist because I couldn't see shit. And it didn't work out. I got about 7 or 8 years of decent vision until I think I was 48. So it was about 8 years. Before finally then went to fucking hell. As I said, I know you put it up there. I will get to that. I will get to it in a sec. I just want to finish base coating the net. I'm almost there. The kicker is I want to retire someday, and I want to paint minis. I want to do... Ooh, that's exciting. I hope it is. Let's check this out. Oh, that is huge. All right, it's huge. That's what she said. Right? That's cool. That is really cool. I love the way the vines came out here. I like the fact you put yourself in there for scale too. I keep forgetting I can't make the picture bigger. You said that's Stormbringer, right? Where's Twitch? There's Twitch. I did put... You have a mini Molnir fridge magnet. Did you 3D paint? Did you 3D print it? A resin. Oh, okay. Cool. So now this is like drying. It dries fast. It's acrylic paint. I can see all the spots I missed. This is a fairly textured piece, you know, part of this mini, so missing spots in the first go around is inevitable. And this is just dark enough that that white really does show up, so I can see spots I missed. You know what? Most of the ones I miss are going to be in the recesses, and I'm going to wash this. I think with black. So it's probably not going to matter. It's all been primed, so... I love the mini weapons. One of my favorite D&D characters from Manga Days was a Remic Gladiator who used a trident and Nez weapon. Oh, yeah, no, it's really... So this was... I forget. I want to say the theme was Rome that year. So every year, TotalCon. You should come to TotalCon, especially if you like gaming. I don't know if you like gaming. I know you like minis and such, so, it's kind of a crossover there. But if you like gaming, TotalCon is New England's biggest gaming convention. I think we've broken 2,000, which doesn't seem like a lot compared to, like Gen Con with its 60,000 people. But for a gaming con, that's actually really good. And, yikes. So every year, see? So you should come to TotalCon. It's amazing. It's in February at the end of, it's the same week as Massachusetts is. You think I know how to say my own state here. Same week as their February vacation, which I also believe is Patriots Day week. And it's the end of it. So it's always Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 4-day con. And they have, oh my gosh, you like board games. They've got a board game library. Where basically you can get a board game ticket, just spend all weekend pulling games off the shelves and getting together with people and playing board games. They have, I don't know if they're going to have they did have a Warhammer tournament. I'm not sure, I haven't seen anything on one this year. Things, of course, are kind of wacky because of the pandemic. Of course, if you want RPGs, they have both Adventures League and Pathfinder, Paizo Organized Play, which is Pathfinder Society or Starfinder Society. They have a lot of independent GMs, like my husband, and he runs a lot of Call of Cthulhu. I don't remember what else he's got planned for this year, but I know Call of Cthulhu is at least one of his slots, and I think he's running 4 slots. You like old school gaming, like 2E. They have 2E games. They do have an old school section. I think they even have probably GURPS and Hackmaster. They have all sorts of crazy games. They have a lot of industry people. Alright, so I'm grabbing some Nuln oil here. I'm also making sure that's dry. They have a lot of industry guests and such. I know Cyberpunk is one of the games because the people that run Cyberpunk, they actually hear how do you say Telori? Games Telori? I don't remember the name of them, but I've talked to them and they're really nice. We have guests like Tim Kask. We have some of the pioneers of D&D that have been, unfortunately they're all getting old. So it is what it is, maybe Mr. Kask will be able to make it this year. We'll see. It's still kind of iffy with the pandemic and all. But I don't know, maybe. So it's basically, we sort of figure, it was explained to me that TotalCon, so you have Gen Con and Origins, they're on the top tier. And then you've got the next tier up, and believe it or not, so that's Gary Con, and TotalCon sort of falls in that next tier. We're not a huge con, but it's considered a biggish con, especially considering for gaming. Every year it gets bigger and better, except for last year, because screw you, pandemic. Screw you, COVID. Oh, I like this. That's, yep. That came out the way. Now we'll hopefully they'll stay like that. We'll stay really dark and those. I can stop playing with it. Gel tip! I am painting. Just thinking about TotalCon. How is the music tonight? I'm pretty good. I'm kind of tired, but I'm pretty good otherwise. Did you have a good Christmas, sir? Did Santa... Well, actually, did Santa bring you coal because you kept screwing with... No, you can't yet, but it's soon. It's January. What was I gonna say? Damn. Did Santa bring you coal because you kept screwing with your wife's, Jesus. With your wife's Christmas village? So, right now, but speaking of TotalCon, so I don't know if you noticed when you signed up. I think you got a badge, right? But you could also get merch. You can order merch through Tabletop Games. And one of the things you can order is a convention miniature. Ooh! So, you should order one of the minis. So the company that makes it is, in fact, well, it'll come around in 12 minutes, or you can hit the command !mini. And, oh, hang on. Hold that thought. So, get this year's convention mini and paint it up. I am going to be... They'll comp me. In fact, they comp me her. So, basically, this was the first of the convention-sponsored minis. When they had a whole Roman theme. Although, my camera is not showing it. Her outfit's actually kind of bluish. So... But basically, I just did the net, and I gotta let it dry. So, what did you do? What did you buy, Mr. Gel Tip? No, you're not. No, you shouldn't be. I don't think so. Oh, now you have me wondering. I don't think you are, but... Because people still haven't bought badges. As far as I know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this so I can find table. Login. Why did it not take me to the TotalCon thing? It didn't take me there. TotalCon 36. So this was TotalCon 33. That was the first one. Oh yeah, you go to the tab here. I'll tell you what, I can even put this on display. You just go to there where it says buy merch. And you should be able to just buy merch. And look! Oh no, it's vodka tea. Oh, it's funny. They have that listed as... Really? Limited edition TotalCon box with t-shirt and prizes. But they have a mini. Why don't I find the mini? But anyways, this is the mini. I'm not really sure why the mini's not by itself. It was for me. Now I'm curious. Always just get the box set. I may have to contact Mr. Steve about that. And why? Yeah, because I would think the mini is supposed to be. I would think the mini is supposed to be by itself. I always get it because the shirts are really cool too. So yeah, this is the mini anyways, and I think she's delightful. And they always do such Dragonbait minis, by the way, is the one that makes the minis for these guys. You can actually, I believe what they do is they take off the Total Con stuff on the bases and you can just buy the mini. So there you go, anyways. I try to help. So, oh, you went to Midgard. What did you do? Alright, so gel tip. What did you do at Midgard? That would imply you bought something or did something at Midgard. Oops, I got a little more I need to actually cover. You can always contact Steve Parento. he can tell you, he can straighten it out. If you're interested in the mini, I think you can get it when you're on site too. All right. You bought more paints because you don't have enough paints, right? Right? The answer is I never have enough paints. Now, just out of curiosity, have you ever done commission work? You haven't though, right? They buy one get free on Nolzers. Which Nolzer? All of them? Scale 30. They had scale 75. They had some there. Midgard's got a pretty good selection. I do feel like their costs are a little more. But then again, I thought that when I paid like $25 for Winsor Newton paintbrush, and then I found out they kind of are $25 for Winsor Newton paintbrush. All right, I'm gonna go over this. I'm gonna try to just go over the spots that hopefully are dry. So the non-metal metallic steel paints to your collection. That's cool. That doesn't sound like you bought a ton of paint. Your wife shouldn't divorce you for that unless you bought a ton more paint. And scale 75 is pretty decent paint. Although, gel tip, there is a chance if I do get now, if you can't buy Bride of Frankenstein because it's going to be horror this year. If you can't buy that, and I do get two, they'll actually, you said they'll comp me minis, and they've comped me two in the past. Last year was Austin Powers. I really liked last year's mini. Because I believe it's all spies was the theme. And the year before was Thundar the Barbarian. But if I get a second one, I can get it to you. But only do that if they don't have it. If they don't have any. I'm sorry. I only do that if you can't get it. Otherwise, I want it. I did paint up both my Austin Powers. I had fun because because I did the bases like completely differently. One I did with the red suit, and the other I did with the blue suit from the movie. I told you. There is no sign up for the painting competition. You show up and bring a mini to registration and you sign up there. That's what you do. There's no sign up for it. It's literally going to be mentioned like the week before the con on their Facebook page. Which if you have not found, you should find it. But it means anybody can enter, and even if you like, let's say you didn't paint anything, in advance, it means so be it. If you've got something with you that's really cool, you can enter it. If you've got, things for other categories, you can enter more than one mini. I'm not particular. And considering, that I do get entries in there, it's not like, 2 people enter. I'm pretty good at recruiting people to enter. And it's been around enough now that people know about it. Of course, this year is a wild card because of the whole pandemic thing. I don't know how many people we're going to get. I really don't, I don't know how many entries we're going to get. I don't know what kind of... Well, I mean, some of the events are up, obviously. So, and the reason why I'm painting her up, by the way, is that it's the end of the year. I was like, you know what? I don't want to start anything new right now. I should use the last couple of streams because Christmas is, it's the middle of Christmas season, but still. I just, I didn't want to start anything next year, which will be a week from now. Wait, what day is this? It's Wednesday. Sorry, a week from Monday. I'm not going to stream Saturday because that is New Year's Day, and I'm going to totally spend most of my day on my couch, probably watching football. And we're going to play, unless I get sick. One of my friends has a cold, and I hang around with him, so there's a chance I probably have caught his damn cold. It is not COVID, though. It is definitely a cold. He doesn't have a fever. He doesn't have a cough, really, to speak of. He's stuffy nose and a sore throat. So probably just a cold. And I know there's been one going around. So hopefully I won't get it. So it won't ruin my plans for New Year's Eve. Yeah, I was going to say, you got any plans for New Year's Eve, Gel Tip? Let's see, what's in the thing? I see a sword, and there's the helmet that are in the mud. Was supposed to go to New York. But that may quickly dwindle with no plans. I'm sorry. Well, I wasn't sure what I was doing up until this past week because one of my friends always hosts a New Year's Eve party, or at least they have for a number of years now. We had somebody else in our group of friends that used to host one, and now they no longer do it. So this other couple who I'm really close friends with, they do it now, but they keep it small. It's just, gathering of gaming friends. And it's also their anniversary, so every year they say, maybe we'll do something for our anniversary this year, and they never do. It's always ends up being this party. But because I wasn't sure, I sort of, I like to host, so we sort of had it out there, that we would invite some friends to our house and basically have a gamer party there, but we're going out. Otherwise, I probably would have said, hey, what do you do on New Year's Eve? And if you want, you can come to my place and play games. But we're going out if I'm not sick. Oh, speaking of people who are not doing so great. Sadly, there's no Goblin Double feature tonight because, unfortunately, Gareth is sick. No, you're catching the damn cold. See, it's probably the same damn cold. That cold has been really getting around. I'm so sorry. As I said, we'll see if I catch it. Although the nice thing is, unless I really don't feel up to streaming, at least streaming is something I can do where I will not pass my cold on to all of you. I still haven't figured out when I'm doing my next mini painting thing at the Queen's Gambit either. However, I do know when my games are. So, my Sunday games are. Because we're actually going to play on the 2nd. I was going to say, regardless, I'll friggin' wear a mask or something if I have to. I don't want to miss that game. I'm trying to think of what else. So I'm playing the 2nd, and then what's 2 weeks after that? Yeah, at least it's not COVID. Although okay, so this might seem really strange. I'm on the fence of whether or not I actually want to catch COVID at this point. I've been triple vaxxed. So, what I heard, though, was that apparently if you catch COVID after you've been vaccinated, your immunity jumps up about 1,000%. And it's like, that might not be a bad deal. Catch something that really isn't going to probably kill me at this point because I've had 3 shots and they're all Moderna, which is, in my opinion, it's the best one. I think it's been the one that's been proven to be the most effective. That's true. If you have it now, you want to have for TotalCon 36. I was going to say, I know masks will be required for that. And I'm not sure if I don't think they're checking vaccine statuses, but I'm not positive. Come to think of it, I'm going to be doing another con, which is a brand new con, and sadly they've had to wait 2 years before they finally could do a con. And that's Rising Phoenix. People who actually I'm friends with, I met through TotalCon, are actually the ones who are running this. They run a company of professional GMs called Dark Phoenix Gaming, I think it is. So they decided, even though I think everybody who runs a con is crazy in some way, because I know how you sleep at night with that level of overhead, how much you have to spend to actually run a con. Granted, I know you do mostly make it back in ticket sales, depending on, how many people you get. But I couldn't sleep with having that much overhead. You know what? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try adding. I'm gonna make kind of a rusty looking color. I suppose I could use the one that actually says rusted anchor. Where's this? Well, of course there is. Adepticon is like ReaperCon, except for with more gaming, I think. But they're a mini-con. So, you know, their focus is... ReaperCon, I think, might be the one that their entire focus... There's a few games, but... most of their focus is on miniatures. And to me, other than maybe Adepticon... But I still think Adepticon has more of a focus on gaming. You can't... Alright, so here's a little tip that they tell you. Do not do that. Do not take them all. Even if you could take them all, don't do it. Take maybe 1 or 2 classes a day, tops. Otherwise, they'll all start playing together and you won't retain a lot. Take like a couple of classes a day and then take your mini out and work on what you learned in class to basically retain what you learned. I actually want to make this a little bit rusty colored. That's pretty cool. So I did take Rusted Anchor, which is like from one of the Reaper convention sets paints from this year, I believe. And I mixed it in with some Crusader Silver, which is a Pathfinder color, to base coat that with, and I really am digging that. I'm going to take that Hellborn Red, I'm going to add a little more. I'm going to make this look rusted. I think I'm going to do the same thing for that helmet. Well, you definitely have to do a Wapelius one. Absolutely. That's like when I went to ReaperCon, my mandatory person I had to take one class with was Rhonda Bender. And I'll tell you what, she is delightful. She is absolutely, what a wonderful person. I mean, I really wish she lived around here. I wish she lived around here so we could hang out. But sadly, she don't. Something falling back there. Sounded like my lights fell or something. Nope. Still got all my Christmas lights up in my office, of course. Sadly, it's almost New Year's, so they're gonna come down soon. Although I got other stuff to take care of. I'm like painting in Never Never Land here. Sadly, I'll be starting to take down everything on the 2nd. At least I'll try to get my lights in on the 2nd. Screw you, snow. Hey, Gel Tip, did you get snow on Christmas? Or, yeah. Or did you just get ice? Or better yet, the day after Christmas? Because, you know, on Christmas it would have been pretty, and it would have been still better to deal with than friggin' ice that we got. You know what's very stressful? You know what is stressful? Having an almost 80-year-old mother try to negotiate when you get a dusting. I thought it was very, oh, that's always pretty. No, we got a couple inches here. There was actually like I think the snow backed in off it was ocean effect snow. And I think that's what happened. The snow kind of backed off, kind of came from the ocean. But on Christmas Day, it was awful because it was freezing rain. And it was bleeding terrible. And I said, if you have an almost 80-year-old mother who's trying to negotiate it, it is so stressful. And my mom is in great shape for 80, almost 80. God, I can't make her 80 yet. She'll kill me. You ever want to know why I look young for my age? Look at my mother. And you get to meet her, so. Let's see. I wonder if I need to bring paints. I don't know. I did, when I went to ReaperCon, I did, because if you wanted to do any painting in between classes, you had to have your own stuff. But the classes had all the paint supply, the paints and stuff were supplied. But, I mean, see if there's a free, a FAQ somewhere that might tell you. Because there might be a frequently asked questions section that would tell you that sort of thing. We were all new at this at once. It said, I can definitely ask questions. You asked me about TotalCon. I know all about at least the mini painting stuff there because I run it all. So, obviously, for that, if I were you, bring your own stuff. You know why? Because you get better supplies than that. It's like I bring the same supplies that I bring to the mini painting. To my mini painting days at the Queen's Gambit, I bring that stuff to TotalCon too. You're not a newbie painter though. You already know you like it, so I just basically do that to introduce painting to new painters. I want them to try it before they buy a whole bunch of stuff. Adepticon is one of those conventions that is on my bucket list, though. I do want to go at some point. But it won't be next year. For a couple reasons. One, I'm still planning on going to Disney World for my 25th wedding anniversary. That's the main one, but there may be a complication to all this. So I've sat here and QQ'd about my left shoulder being a real problem lately. So I was talking to one of my step siblings in law. It's one of my husband's step siblings, who showed up at the family Christmas party with her arm in a sling. I go, so what happened there? And she had gotten surgery for a rotator cuff, and she's listing off the symptoms that she had, and they were basically all the same flippin' things that's going on with me. My bicep hurt. I move my arm wrong and my bicep hurts, or my hand hurts, or whatever. It goes all the way down. And she's like, yeah, I had surgery. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I have to wear this thing for about a month. Oh, even better. I go, if I miss work for a month, the place will burn down. I'm not overstating my importance to the company. After 25 years, and the fact I really am the only one that does what I do there, I'm not overstating my importance to the company. However, I don't think it would burn down. That is kind of a joke. But, maybe I'll take that rusted anchor. That's kind of a good mud color. I like the sort of reddish. I'm going to base coat all my dirt in there this color. So, wait, you do Minnie Groom and wedding? I don't know. I do not know if I will do the Mickey and Minnie Groom and wedding hats. I might. The ears would be... I wouldn't mind getting a set of ears. That would be fun. However, this means I really do have to keep working on all my commission work. I figured it out how much today, if I get everything done in time before, and if I get everything done within, 6 months that I have on my plate right now, I'm going to have a pretty good amount saved up for this trip. So, however, we do have to actually start planning it, or everything will fill up. We're going in about a little under a year now is the plan. I want to go right after Thanksgiving. God willing, next year flights won't be as big a problem as they are now. There have been so many cancellations. I haven't figured out what color I'm going to paint the base. They really do have the coolest base. Dragonbait minis. Dragonbait minis I think is local. I think the guy is from somewhere around Massachusetts. I think. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure he is. And he's really cool. I've met him. I have a bunch of his minis actually to well, maybe not, but I have a few of his minis to do that I bought from him because he sells really cool minis. This is a pretty good mud color. So it's good for rust and it's also good for mud. And I said it's Reaper's Rusted Anchor. What time is it? God, it's... Well, since I do not have Since I do not have my usual person I raid tonight, I may just keep going because I want to finish this mini. So gel tip, it means you can hang out for longer than... Well, it wouldn't have been 10 minutes anyways. I haven't figured out if I'm going to keep going or not. I have 15 minutes to figure that out. I'm not far from being finished. But anyways, so yeah, the monkey wrenches, I get finally sick of hurting all the time and finally go see a doctor because everyone keeps telling me, go see a doctor to check out your shoulder. Although in some ways, it actually has been kind of better. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Alright, I'll stay on until I finish it. But the NyQuil kicks in pretty quick. At least it does for me. NyQuil usually kicks in real fast for me. Really? Well, I was going to say, you are... Then again, this isn't saying much. Most people are. You're a bigger guy than me. So maybe that's it. I'm like... Well, actually, I'm not as small as I used to be. I used to be tiny. I used to be a tiny, underweight waif of a person. Alright, gel tip, do you have any painting resolutions for next year? Or crafting, or anything on like a painting bucket list you'd like to do? I came up with 2 painting resolutions. One, let's see if I can remember what the other one is. One, I want to really work on faces and skin and things like that. I really want to bring my faces to another level. I've been working on it this year, but I want to keep going with it. That's one thing. What was the other thing? Next year, what I want to do, because this year I tried to do mini of the day, but I got too busy and I couldn't do mini of the day anymore, and I got kind of tired too. So I couldn't really do it anymore. So next year I'm thinking hobby streak. Try to paint a little something every day. And that way too, one of the things I don't like about mini of the day is it forces you to do something that's quick. But I've got so many things here that I want to take my time on and do a really good job. And mini of the day forces you to paint fast. So I don't want to do that. I want to actually go and I want to paint some of my bigger projects and things like that where I can't do them in one day. So to me, it opens up the possibilities of a lot more different things I can do. I will count the stuff on here. I will count my commissions and things like that. But it's a good way to motivate you to at least get some work done every day. Obviously, when I'm at Disney World, I'm probably not going to be painting. So my hobby streak will probably go till November. We'll see. Conventions may screw it up too. But so be it. Then you just start another one. I did pretty well though. I got to October. I got all the way from February to October doing a mini of the day. So I did pretty good. I'm just letting I think it's dry actually. I'm going to wash it with some Agrix Earth Shade. one of the Holy Trinity of shades, per the Crimson Kevin. I actually want to call him the Crimson Commander because he commands Blood Ravens when they're crimson. But the Holy Trinity of shades is Agrix Earthshade, Melon Oil, and Reckland Flesh. And I think I have all three of them on this. And then I said for bonus points we could have Seraphim Sepia, which I really like. But I've gotten a bit away from using that one. What am I going to do for the base? I'm not even sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the base. Maybe I'll do the plate, the TC36. Maybe I'll do that bronze. And I haven't figured out what I'm going to do the rest of it. Maybe I'll do it blue. Pick up a bit of the blue that none of you can really... You can kind of tell. It's a very pale blue. Oh, what the hell? Damn it. Thankfully, I have the color here. Caught a little bit of the friggin' shade ink on my blue skirt. Don't panic. Who was that? Yeah, sad trombone appropriate. It happens. You know, I was saying earlier that I don't mind making... I'm not the greatest painter. Let's face it. I'm not. Okay? If anybody says it, you're lying. But I don't mind showing that I make mistakes because I want people to realize that you can fix them. Good enough. Mistakes happen. They happen to everybody. Where is my bronze? So my favorite bronze is the Vallejo bronze, and it just says bronze. Yeah, exactly. 80% of my paintings clean up mistakes. So I was told one time the difference between a good painter and a great painter is just how long they spend fixing mistakes. I mean, when you're working on something this small, they happen. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. You know, that's also why we strategically paint them where we paint from the inside out, or most of us do. And people suggest doing that because, you know, you're going to catch anything that's raised, you know. It's just easier to paint that way. And you have it, touching up is easy when, you know, you haven't painted it yet. You're not spending extra time touching things up. That's why I'm annoyed, though, because I'm already done with that, and I don't want to have to touch it up. But, oh well, it happens. I'm going to start painting. Can I get in there? All right. Let's see if I can shift this a little bit. I may have to take this and actually put some blue. So one thing I noticed, of course, I don't mind having this, you know, stuck in there. What have you got? Let's see. This is a doll. All right, let's take a look. People are posting stuff, so let's take a look. Oh, that's creepy. Doll faces are creepy. Whoops. Hey. Sorry. Where's my back button? There's my back button. There we go. Wow, I get a bunch of notifications. I will have to look and see later. Alright, so there's the creepy doll head. Also, I will follow them. Let me see. Hang on a sec. This is my doll. Oh, so your wife is the mischievous blue jay. So I have followed her. So feel free. Yeah, feel free to. That's cool. As I said, it's kind of creepy, but it's cool. That'll be really cool when it's done. All right, and let's see. What have you got? Where did you? Oh, something to watch. Like, oops, you made a mistake. That's all part. Okay. I don't know about copyright. I will save that for later. Let's see. But yeah, the difference between a good painter and a great painter is how many times you sit there and you mess with the, and you mess with it. Oh, there were multiple photos there? Okay, hang on. I'll go back. I will go back. Let's see. Oh, I see now there are multiple photos on there. Fine. I will... Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's no better. Those are creepy hands. Those are cool, though. Those look really cool. The color is so... And I like the fact it's going to be a pirate. So, is she painting, leaving those eyebrows painted on, or is she going to actually put some, is she going to actually maybe put, some actual hair in there for those eyebrows and the beard?
Moist.
Who is that? Gel tip, redeem moist. I said, if you sub, I actually have a moist emote, so I'm gonna use that same rusted. So basically, I'm making my bronze, my like aged bronze. If I can get the bronze itself. Actually, I don't think I like rusted anchor with this. I think I want darker brown. I know what color I used. I know what color I used if I can find it. It is not that one. Where is... It's an army painter color. Where is it? Well, if I can't find it... Oh, I don't know where it is. It's like dark stone. Oh, it's dark stone. It's right here. I believe I mixed my bronze in with this dark stone color, which is kind of brownish hue to it. Should start with the eyebrows, but add in here for the beard. There you go. Moist and inspiration. Yeah, I have moist and inspiration. You know, we could just get more people to come sub. I can unlock more emote slots. I kind of hate that. The thing is, I should see if I can do follower emotes. They were doing it as a beta. So this is kind of my aged bronze color where I add like I mix it so it's more of a brown than the bright goldish tone. Maybe I'll patina it. I've got oh, it's even on here. Excellent. I've got the technical paint for like verdigris. So say what you will about GW, at least their technical paints are really good. It's like the only paints that are not great are their just regular colors. But their technical paints, their contrast paints, the washes, I really, really like. I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm going to patina this or not. Maybe not. She's almost done. Whew. Alright. New cosplay thing I downloaded. Full Samus Aran Berry suit for Metroid. You know, oh god, you know what, Cyanus? So I've mentioned before in here, one of the things I do play in a couple of public games, meaning podcasts and Twitch streams. Well, right now, so the podcast I do is Starfinder, and it's called Hexgrid Heroes. And you can find it wherever fine podcasts can be downloaded. Well, the reason why I mention this is we are taking a short break from the main campaign, and we are doing an arc. Basically, our real characters are busy watching this happen, but we're actually doing a Metroid arc. So you may want to tune in. It's a lot of fun. We were supposed to record tonight, but one of our members had to go celebrate Christmas with his family today. But hey, you know, better late than never, right? And it's still Christmas. Christmas is 12 days. Alright, I think the top of that is now dry. I'm gonna find something a bit... I might dry brush it a couple different colors. We'll do an orange. I want to go with that. I want to go lighter, but I want to keep it brown-ish. I'm just not sure what color I want to do. I know I'll kill time by putting paints away so I can find the one I'm looking for here. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. It's my black. It's not the one I'm looking for either. Alright, so now I need to find a brown. Oh, shield brown. There we go. Okay, so that cucaracha, that cucaracha. I'm also gonna get to play a pirate tomorrow night. If the game flies. hopefully it will, and nobody's sick this time and or overstressed out because work is being just terrible. Oh, what am I doing? I've got dry brushes sitting out here. I think I will steal the one right on my brush rack. Listen, maybe I'll steal a smaller one. I need to get in there. I'll steal the dry brush that's sitting on Rocky. I got Rocky the dragon. I put it together. I haven't painted him yet, but he's a brush holder that came in the last Kickstarter. This texture base is actually really good to dry brush. There's a lot of texture in it. And I'm going to dry brush it a couple of different colors. Of course, they're both light, considerably lighter, so they may not really be a huge distinction. Maybe there is. Maybe I'll do this brown first, actually. Thanks. All right. Then I'm going to go with orange. Maybe I'll go back into a little red too. Don't like any of those reds. I'm gonna go back to my Hellborn red color. Mixing in a little bit into that orange. Haha, I caught it that time. I think it needs to be redder. Yeah, now I'm in overtime. But I'm having such a good time painting this that, and I want to see it done, that I don't mind staying on later. Okay, I like that color, I think. Sometimes you like a color in the palette, and then sometimes when you apply it, it's like, not so crazy about it. Actually, I do like it. It brings back a bit of that reddish tone that I think I lost a little bit. Definitely want some reddish mud. It's infecting everything. Actually, I think I'm going to take a little bit of this. Speaking of reddish mud, just hitting it with a little bit of this color. Adding a little bit more of the metallic into these. Dear 8 Game Envy, here I want my wet palette. Apparently we were supposed to get them before Christmas, but I mean, they're a small operation, and I know we're gonna get them, so I'm not worried. I'm just kind of excited. I cannot figure out how to keep this on stream. All right. Where is my black wash? I'm gonna black wash, try to work it into those cracks on the TC. That looks decent. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna verdigris it. I think it looks okay the way it is. I might take my bronze color. Let's see. So we can put some of this on my dry brush. Hit the top of this. Maybe hit a few spots sporadically here and there. There. Just want a little something for some interest. So it's not all just one color. All right, now I'm gonna see if I can I gotta pull this out because I need to raise it up. So I'm gonna take some blue stuff and tack that down so that at least now I can access all of the base. Oh! I know what I could do, but that would take a while. And I have to remember how to do it. I could paint a marble base. Don't remember how I do it. I've painted marble before, but I don't paint it that often, so trying to remember how I do it is... That's a big thing, and that's the thing, is how do I do it? Definitely go with white marble, so let's see. So, you know what we do? We go look on the internet. Let's go to images. Marble's interesting. Marble's interesting, kind of fun to paint because you can do it a myriad of different ways. There's all sorts of colors that not only if you like black marble with green stripes and things, you get white marble with, you know, off-white stripes and or black stripes or gray stripes. I think where's my bleach bone? Polished bone rather would be a good color to start it with. I want something a little off-white. I sat here looking and I see like this little drip here and it's like, ooh, marble would be really cool. Hang on, I'm going to flip back to here. Just so I can keep an eye and make sure I'm trying to stay on screen. This painting resolution, learn how to stay on camera. That'd be a good one. So start hobby streak, get better at painting faces. Just get better. Just keep getting better. It'd be so nice to get this one done. Then I'll have all of the Totocon minis in my collection. I'll have at least one of them done. Come to think of it, I think I have a spare Thundar the Barbarian too that I didn't paint. Damn it. pick this up. Alright, so dry, dry, dry. Should also make a decent display piece to bring to the convention with me. Oh. Just killing time while this is drying. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a white. Where's the dry brush I was using? Right here. Make sure I clean that up for a second. I'm just scraping on a paper towel. I'm going to take some of this white. I think I want to go totally dry here. I'm just going to kind of squirt some white on there. I want to leave a little bit of that off-white showing too. Just sort of, you could probably do like a sponge effect, you know, you could probably take like a small sponge and sponge them on there too. It'll make this a similar effect. It's very subtle and it's meant to be. And then what color do I want to do this? I could do it gray, I could do it brown, or I could do it a bit of both. Let me take a bit more of this shield brown. It's this color. I think that'll be pretty. Now's the fun part. Where I'm going to draw all sorts of lines. You definitely want the paint to be thin for this. A bit of both. Yeah, okay, that's what I will do. Bit of both. I'm going to start with the brown though. And just be random. leave a little space and randomly pick another space to go. Maybe put a little. I said it is definitely a random thing. I actually really enjoy doing this. It's freehanding too. You know, it said, not all freehand is hard. Some freehand is very well free. Yeah, I want to join that back in. Okay, so the one problem with the blue stuff is it, you know, is not exactly holding it in totally. It's not holding in tightly. Alright, so what do I want to use for gray? I've got such a stone. Stone gray might be a good choice, actually. A little too thick. Alright. Shake it up. Alright. I'm just gonna make gray play with the. Oh, come on. Oh, because I'm picking the wrong puddle. Come on, why are you not getting enough paint on there? Instead of having the gray and the brown play nice together. It's an experiment. I've never actually done a two-toned vein, I don't think. It's so random, how can you go wrong? Unless you do too much. Don't overdo it. I would say be the biggest thing. Right now, I'm just gonna go back. Speaking of too much, I feel like this particular vein is a little too much. That's pretty good. I think what I might do, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna water down my my original color, my polished bone. It could be the sponge, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I want to make it fit in a little better, so I'm gonna take and I'm gonna go away. And just go over it with a little bit to have it fit in and look like it's to integrate it better. That's the word I'm looking for. If you're making tattoos on something, this is not a bad idea. Go over it with your skin color. What do you guys think? Flip her on the side. What do you think? Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. I watered down the polished bone, which is the color I started with, and then I went over just went over the whole thing. Oh, god damn it. Way too high. Alright, let's put it back down. Come on. Good work down here. Okay, there we go. Now you guys can actually see. I'm pretty happy with the net too. The black really stayed in the cracks nicely. So there she is. She's all done. I just have to seal her. I'll get pictures of her, put her up on social media. Oh, I don't have it. Wait, what the hell did I do with it? That's good. Let's lose one of my commission minis. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it on the shelf to spray. That's why. I also have that. I showed it off the other day. I do have one of my Hero Forge minis. I've got two that I'm working on. The first one's done. As I said, I'm trying to get better with eyes and faces. So here's the new one. I actually tried shading a bit of her face, and I'm trying to outline everything. It'll look better once I actually color all the stuff in. But I'm trying some things. She's got wings. Still gotta do her lips. Gotta highlight all that skin and everything. Oh. That was a fun, wow, it's 11 o'clock Eastern time. Alright, well, I want to thank you guys for joining me, and thanks for the chat. I always appreciate good chat. I can't see, I have to keep the glasses on. I can't see crap without them. And I still don't know where my pure black paint went. It's here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, but it's here. Did I put it away right? No, that's military blue. Anyways, Happy New Year. That's the good point. Happy New Year. See you next year. I am, oh god, with all new stuff. I've got, because I've got 2,000 unpainted minis. I will have plenty of stuff to resort to for stream. I think, though, what I'm going to do next is, it's been a while, but I have the Dice Guardian that Madith Productions made. It looks like this, unpainted. You see the head is a D20. It's a really interesting thing. I also have all of the Reaper, the dice monsters, the high rollers. That's what they're called. So I'm hoping to make that the Dice Guardian with the high rollers. Although I'm pretty sure I cannot get them all done in a month. But that's the next thing on my list. I gotta contact him. I want to let him know that I'm gonna be working on it finally. Let's see, and then I know February I'm gonna focus on Critical Role minis because the cartoon comes out now in January, late January, but mine it still doesn't matter. It'll be I want to do the Vox Machina minis because their animated series comes out and I can't wait. Let's see. As for this week, no stream on Saturday because it's New Year's Day and I really want to just take the day off. But I will be back on Monday for sure, unless I'm sick, and who knows? I said I maybe, because I was hanging around with somebody who has a cold now. So if I'm well, I will be here on Monday. Otherwise, I will be on tomorrow night. I should be on Murder Hobo Wink or M Hobo Wink on Twitch playing Dungeons and Dragons, where I will be playing my pirate Captain Rosa. It's a campaign to do, but I'm getting to do a little guest shot there on the week I have off. So that's on M Hobo Inc. on Twitch at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and they can finally find out why they're assassins after my character. It'd be nice if he actually would tell me before a game, but hey. So, let's see. Maybe we'll go, if people are on, there's a Garrett Sally is not on tonight. Maybe we'll go raid Black Christie's on. I don't have a lot of people on right now, but maybe we'll go visit her. At least for a little bit. I have no idea how long. Let's see. I wonder how long she's been on. I'm going to take a quick look. She may not be. Alright, I think I'm just going to end stream then. Because she's been on over 2 hours. So who knows. Have an awesome night, folks. Have a happy new year. I'll see you next year. And I'll see you next Monday, I hope. Bye!